All right, it's going to be a trade recap on how I made $1,956 this morning day trading the NASDAQ futures. This was the one trade that I took. It was a 5-minute inversion. Could have been a bigger day today. I'm going to go over why it could have been a bigger day and how I took this trade. Today was absolutely beautiful. There was two super good trades this morning, a short and then a long. We're going to go over both of them. And actually, this is not even the second. This is not even one of the trades I'm talking about because I got a late entry because of TradeOvate not working. But absolutely beautiful trades this morning. All these trades I take, I post in my Discord. The link to that is in the description. Free Discord. I post my daily buys in there. I live stream twice a week, 2 to 3 times a week. Sometimes I sneak in a third day. But yeah, this was sent down in my Discord, so definitely join that if you guys have not. Let's go over today's price action. So coming over to market open, we were super obviously bearish today. We were super obviously bearish down to these lows right here on the 4-hour, super obvious sell side liquidity. No reason for price not to go here, right? So off open, if we come over here, we had some LR leading up to this unmitigated 15-minute gap. I was waiting for that to get filled. We also had a sponsored 5-minute gap right here. I'm going to show you guys how this was sponsored here in just a second. This was sponsored by this 4-hour gap. As you can see, this 4-hour gap barely got filled. So that means that this 5-minute gap is sponsored by this 4-hour gap. So this is a valid 5-minute gap to take a trade off of. So off open, I was looking for some sort of manipulation into here or all the way up into here, and then a short down to sell side liquidity. Now if we play market out, boom, we get a manipulation to that 5-minute. We get the inversion right there. I'm going to drag this over real quick. We get the inversion right there. I did not take this because it hit the internal low. You could have taken this anyway. Obviously, it played out. Now, where I went wrong on this is I was waiting for the 1-minute inversion, but I could have just taken this 30-second, but I was not looking at the 30-second. I was looking at the 1 minute. But this 30-second was very obvious and a very, very good play. Especially on Judas swings like this, you don't always have to wait for the highest time frame inversion because of just price being so volatile right at market open. So this was definitely the best entry for this Judas swing, and that played out absolutely perfectly. Beautiful trade here for that Judas swing. Now, of course, I did not take these trades. I missed this one because I was looking at the 1 minute, and the 1 minute was not valid because it took out the internal low before the close. So now at this point, I was like, okay, let's see what price wants to do. I know that we have equal highs up here with LR leading up to an unmitigated 15-minute gap, so I wouldn't mind being bullish. So yeah, that's kind of was just my thought process. We just kind of started coming down. We opened up some unmitigated 5-minute gaps right here. We have unmitigated 5, and then this unmitigated 5 way up here. I'm just going to delete that for now. And then we get this absolutely beautiful entry right here, bro. I wanted this so bad. This was the best entry. This was the best trade of the day. Targeting this 15-minute fair value gap. And I went to enter this. I click enter. TradeOvate maintenance. Some bullshit. So I was not able to catch this entry because of TradeOvate not working. Like TradeOvate maintenance or whatever. So it did not let me enter. This was by far the best trade of the day. I saw some people take this. They got break even at this 5-minute gap. Why was this 5-minute gap not a valid break even? So you cannot go break even mechanically all the time, right? So mechanically, this is the right break even. But why is this not a good break even? What is this 5-minute protecting? This 5 minutes protecting more unmitigated 5-minute gaps and all of this low resistant liquidity up here, right? So it's protecting low resistant liquidity. What is it attacking? It's attacking very high resistant liquidity. This liquidity, this low is super, super high resistant because it just took out major sell side to the left. So this 5-minute gap is protecting low resistant and attacking high resistant. So for that reason, this is not a valid point to go break even. We also have a 1-minute bullish gap right here that is protecting us as well. So we can expect some sort of reaction off this 5-minute gap, but we can definitely not expect it to push price all the way back down to this very, very high resistant low because we have super, super low resistant liquidity above. Right, so don't go break even at that 5-minute gap. Don't always be mechanical with your break evens. Try to use some sort of discretion sometimes, because technically, mechanically, this is the correct break even, but obviously it doesn't always work out. Very similar situation with that yesterday on the short yesterday in the 15-minute break even. But this is not a valid break even in my opinion because it's attacking high resistant and protecting low resistant. As you can see here, I would go break even here now at this internal high because we got the reaction off of the 5-minute gap. We respected a 1-minute bullish gap and pushed higher. There's no reason for price to come back down to our entry point at this point. Now, if we play this out, obviously it ended up hitting full TP for a 1 to 3.5 hour trade. Absolutely banger trade. But again, I did not take that trade. So we're going to go over the trade that I took because trade 08 screwed me. So if we come over to the 5-minute, since I missed that 1-minute entry, I had to enter off of this 5-minute right here. So this was my entry of this 5-minute inversion. Same idea as the other one, just a later entry. Got this 5-minute close. I ended up getting a little bit of a better entry. I just put my stop below like this 3-minute gap right here. That was protecting us there. And I went break even at this 930 high, which kind of was unnecessary to be honest because our TP was right there. And the TP at the top of the LR in the 15-minute gap. And as you can see, absolute banger, full TP smash in about 6 or 7 minutes. But anyway, very 1 to 2 RR trade, so I can't complain. Still got a 1 to 2, still a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful trade. But yeah, so that was my trade of the day. Again, posted in the free Discord. Link to that is in the description, along with my daily bias. I post in there every single morning, along with my live streams I do 2 times a week. Usually, sometimes I sneak in a third. But definitely make sure you guys go join up that free Discord. But yeah, thanks for watching. W end of the week, and I'll see you guys next week.